Hello everyone, good day for all. Welcome back to another episode of Ayush Samveda, a smart way to Ayurveda. I am Dr. Kavya Vasudev and you are watching series on Padartha Vijnana. Please subscribe to my channel and enable the bell button for continuous updates in Samhita. In the last video, we discussed the Lakshana and Bheda of Dravya. If you have not watched those videos, please click the I button to access them. Moving with the next topic, Panchamahabhuta. Panchamahabhuta is one of the Dravya. Dravyas are basically classified into two, that is Karana Dravya and Karya Dravya. Karana Dravya are the cause or the responsible factor for the production of a Karya, and Karya Dravyas are those which are being produced from the Karana Dravya. So basically 9 Karana Dravyas are being accepted in Darshana Shastra and in Ayurveda. So the 9 Karana Dravyas are Ghadini, that is Panchamahabhuta, Atma, Mana, Kala and Dik. So moving with the properties of Panchamahabhuta. It is one among the Navakarana Dravya, and the word Mahabhuta, what Bhuta and what Mahabhuta mean? Bahirindriya Grahya Vishesha Gunavatvam Bhutatvam. The Vishaya which is being grasped by the Bahirindriya, that is there are Ekatasha Indriyas which are being told which helps in attainment of Jnana and Karma, and also Manas is also considered as Ubhayendriya. These Indriyas are situated inside the body, and also certain things are present outside the body also. The Bahirindriya, that is external organs or sense organs which help in attainment of the knowledge or grasp the Vishaya. Vishaya means the things which are responsible for getting knowledge. So the Vishayas which are being grasped by the Bahirindriya are called as Bhuta, and Mahandi Bhutani Mahabhutani, those which are spread everywhere, that is called as Mahabhuta. So the Bhutas are those which are being grasped by the Bahirindriya, and as these Bhutas are spread everywhere, these Bhutas are called as Mahabhuta. Mahabhuta Guna. Mahabhutani kham vayuraknirapaha kshitistatha shabdasparshascha rupamcha rasogandhascha tadgunaha. These Mahabhutas are 5 Mahabhutas: Prithvi, Jala or up, Agni, Vayu and Akasha. The Vishesha Guna or the peculiar or specific guna or quality of these Mahabhutas are: the Gandha Guna is of Prithvi Mahabhuta, Rasa of Jala, Rupa of Agni, Sparsha of Vayu and Shabda of Akasha. So these are the Vishesha Guna or the specific features or specific properties of the Mahabhuta. That is, Prithvi has Gandha Guna, Jala Rasa Guna, Agni Rupa Guna, Vayu Sparsha Guna and Akasha Shabda Guna. Other than this Vishesha Guna, there are certain Asadharana Lakshana for this Mahabhuta. That is, other than the Vishesha Guna, the other properties which are present in this Mahabhutas are also mentioned. Kharadrava Chala Ushnatvam Bhujala Anila Tejasan Akashasya Apradikhatau Drishtam Lingam Yadhakramam. So the other features which are present in this Mahabhutas are Khara, Drava, Chala and Ushnatva and Apradikhata in order, that is Prithvi, Up, Teja or Vata, Anila and Tejas and Akasha. These are the properties, that is Khara, Drava, Chala, Ushnatva and Apradikhata are the function or properties or the which other than the Vishesha Gunas which are present in the Prithvyadi Mahabhutas. Lakshanam sarvameva etat sparshanendriya gocharam sparshanendriya vikneyah sparsho hi saviparyayah. So this Lakshanas or this Asadharana Lakshanas such as Khara, Drava, Chala, Ushnatva are all being perceived by the body through the skin or through the Sparshanendriya Gocharam. All these properties are being perceived through the Sparshanendriya, and Sparshanendriya Vikneyah Sparsho hi Saviparyaya, and even the absence of Sparshana can also be understood by the Sparshanendriya. So all these Asadharana Lakshanas are being perceived through the Sparshanendriya. Vishesha Gunas are perceived as based on the particular Indriyas, whereas this Asadharana Lakshanas are perceived through the Sparshanendriya, that is Khara, Drava, Chala and Ushnatva. So the Bhuta gunas, that is Vishesha guna and Asadharana Lakshana of Mahabhutas. Prithvi is having Vishesha guna Gandha and Asadharana Lakshana is Kharatva. Jala, Rasa Vishesha guna and Dravatva Asadharana Lakshana. Agni has a Rupa guna and Asadharana Lakshana Ushnatva. Vayu is having Sparsha guna and Chalatva. Akasha is having Shabda guna and Apradikhadatva as Asadharana Lakshana. Trigunatmakatva of Mahabhuta. These Mahabhutas are produced from the three ahankaras. That is, in the Srishti Utpatti Krama, this presentation we have seen the process of production of Pancha Mahabhuta. That is, from the Avyakta, Mahat will be produced. From the Mahat, Ahankara will be produced. And there are three types of Ahankara: Sattvika, Rajasika and Tamasika. Sattvika Ahankara, with the help of Rajasika Ahankara, it will produce the Ekadasha Indriya. And Tamasika Ahankara, with the help of Rajasika Ahankara, it will be producing the Panchatanmatra, and from this Panchatanmatra, Pancha Mahabhutas will be produced. So Avyakta is the term which is being told as the stable state of the three gunas, that is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas will be in the stable form or in the Prakrita Avastha. That state is called as Avyakta. So this Sattva, Rajas, Tamas is present in all the other constituents which are being produced from this Avyakta. So this Pancha Mahabhuta, which is the end product of this Avyakta, Mahat, etc., it also contains the Sattvadi three gunas. So the predominance of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas will be varying in each Mahabhuta. So the Trigunatmakatva of Mahabhutas are Tatra Sattva Bahulam Akasham, Rajo Bahulo Vayuhu, Sattva Rajo Bahulo Agnihi, Sattva Tamo Bahula Apaha, Tamo Bahula Prithviti. That is, Prithvi Mahabhuta is predominant of Tama Guna, Jala Mahabhuta predominance of Sattva and Tamas, Agni Mahabhuta, Sattva and Rajas, Vayu Mahabhuta, Rajas, and Akasha, Sattva predominant. So all the three gunas are present in the Mahabhutas, but there will be variation or there will be predominance of particular gunas in the Mahabhuta. So Prithvi Mahabhuta is having predominance of Tamaguna, Jalaguna, Jala Mahabhuta having Sattva and Tamaguna, Agni Mahabhuta, Sattva and Rajas, Vayu, Rajas and Akasha, Sattva predominant. Application of Pancha Mahabhuta in Ayurveda. Mahabhuta sarvam dravyam panchabhaudikam asminnarthe tachetanavat acetanam cha tasya gunaha shabdadeyo gurvadescha dravantaha karma cha panchavidhamuktam vamanati. So in the context of explanation of dravyas in Charaka Samhita, it has been mentioned that sarvam dravyam panchabhaudikam asminnarthe. All the dravyas in this world is constituted by this Pancha Mahabhuta. That is, from this Pancha Mahabhuta, all the objects will be produced. The combination of Pancha Mahabhuta makes a particular product. That is, whether it can be Chetana Dravya or Achetana Dravya. That is, both living and non-living objects or organisms are being produced by the combination of Pancha Mahabhuta. In that combination, there will be certain predominance of Mahabhuta, but all the things, all the objects in this universe are made of this Pancha Mahabhuta. That is, Sarvam Dravyam Panchabhaudikam Asminnarthe. And Tasya Gunaha Shabdadeyo. That is, and these all are having the gunas such as Shabdadi Guna. That is, Shabda Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha are the properties or the gunas of this Pancha Mahabhuta. Loka Purusha Samya Siddhanta. This is a concept which is being told in Charaka Samhita, which means the Loka and Purusha are having similarity or they are sharing certain things in common. That is, whatever is present in the Loka, that all we can see in the Purusha also. Or this Loka and Purusha are just replica of each other. All the features which are present in the Loka are present in the Purusha also. Similarly, what all things are there in the Purusha, that all we can see in in the loka also. So basically, based on this Pancha Mahabhuta, all the Mahabhutas which are present in the loka and Purusha are being enlisted. So the Loka Purusha Samya Siddhanta. तस्य पुरुषस्य पृथ्वी मूर्तिः आपः क्लेदः तेजो अभिसन्तापः वायुः प्राणः वियत् सुषिराणि ब्रह्म अंतरात्मा. So the entities in the loka, this Pancha Mahabhutas can be seen, and the entities of the Purusha, the certain organs or the formulations of the body can be seen. So Prithvi Mahabhuta constitute the Murti. Murti here refers to the body. The body is more predominant of Prithvi Mahabhuta. So the composition of the body can be considered as composite or replica of Prithvi Mahabhuta. Apaha, that is Jala Mahabhuta, is having the Kleda property in the body. That is, whatever moisture is present in the body, it is because of the Jala Mahabhuta. Teja Abhisantapa, that is, in the Purusha, the temperature of the body is being maintained by the constituent of Teja Mahabhuta. Vayu Prana, all the respiratory movements or the life activities are being controlled by Vayu Mahabhuta in the body. Akasha Sushira. Sushira refers to the minute channels, or we can consider it as the srotas, and or even in the Asthi also it is a hollow spaces. Such all hollow spaces or minute channels we can consider. Such all things will be considered under the Akasha Mahabhuta. And in the Loka, the Brahma, what we consider, can be considered as the Atma or the Antaratma of the person in the Purusha. So the relation or the similarity of Loka and Purusha is called as Loka Purusha Samya Siddhanta. That is, whatever things or whatever constituents are present in the Loka, that all we can see in the Purusha also. Similarly in Purusha and Loka also. So the Prithvi Mahabhuta can be considered as Murti of the Purusha, Apa as Kleda, Teja as Abhisantapa, Vayu as Prana, Akasha as Sushira, and Brahma as Antaratma. Garbha. In the context of Garbha, it has been told, Garbhastu khalu antariksha vayu agni toya bhumi vikaras chetana adhishtana bhutaha evamanaya yuktya panchamahabhuta vikara samudayatmago garbhas chetana adhishtana bhutaha sa Hi asya shashto dhaduruktaha. So the combination of Pancha Mahabhuta and Atma. These 6 dhadus are the main constituents of Garbha. Whenever there is a combination of Pancha Mahabhuta, and when Atma is being combined with this combination of Pancha Mahabhuta, then only that combination is called as Garbha. So here also the importance of Pancha Mahabhuta is being told. That is, Pancha Mahabhuta Vikara Samudayatmago Garbha. That is, in combination, there will be predominance or variations of Pancha Mahabhuta, but the combination of all these 5 Mahabhutas along with Atma will make the combination called as Garbha. Again, in the context of Garbha, the functions of each Mahabhutas has been explained. The combination of Panchamahabhuta is called as Garbha. That is, along with Mahabhuta, Atma has to come. Then that combination is called as Garbha. And in this combination, each Mahabhuta performs a particular or a specific function. They are Tam Chetanavastidam Vayur Vibhajati, Teja Enam Pachati, Apaha Kledayanti, Prithvi Samhanti, Akasham Vivardhayati. Asmin Shastre Panchamahabhuta Shariri Samavayaha Purusha Ityuchate. So in the Garbha, when this combination of Garbha and Atma takes place, in that Vayu Vibhajati, that is the division of the cells, or we can consider it as the mitosis or meiosis process. Such Vibhajana or the division takes place because of the Vayu or Vayu Mahabhuta. Teja Pachati, that is Pachana, or the process or transformation of the cells takes place by the Teja or Agni Mahabhuta. Apaha Kledayanti, giving the moisture is the function of Apa or Jala Mahabhuta. Prithvi Sambhanti. Sambhanti here refers to giving a particular structure or a shape. So the Prithvi Mahabhuta will be providing the shape or structure of that particular Garbha. And Akasham Vivarthayati. Vivarthayati means it increases. That is, in the size and shape it will be increasing, or the growth will be taking place. The Garbha Vritti happens, or the progression of the Garbha or pregnancy takes place because of the Akasha Mahabhuta. So these are the functions of Mahabhuta which takes place or which is being done in the combination of Mahabhuta and Atma, that is Garbha. So Vayu does the Vibhajana, Teja does the Pachana, Apa Kledayanti, Prithvi Samhanti, and Akasha Vivarthayati. In the context of Prakriti, Prakriti miha naranam bhaudigi kejit ahu pavana dahana toyehi kirtitastu tisraha sthira vipula shariraha parthivascha kshamavan shuchiratha chirajivi nabhasaha khair mahadbhihi. So in Ashtanga Hridaya and Charaka Samhita, the concept of Prakriti has been mentioned, and the different features of each Prakriti has been told. That is Vada Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti and Kapha Prakriti. Features or the characteristics of such Prakriti has been mentioned. And in Sushruta Samhita, in other than that, it has been mentioned that the Prakriti related to Pancha Mahabhutas has also been mentioned. And it is told that Pavana Dahana Toyehi Kirtitastu Tisraha. That is, the Vada, Pitta and Kapha dosha Prakritis are similar with that of Pavana, Dahana and Toya. That is, Agni Mahabhuta is similar, or the Prakriti which is related to the Mahabhutas are similar to the dosha Prakriti. That is, for example, Pavana, that is Vada dosha Prakriti is similar to that of Mahabhuta, Vata Mahabhuta or Vayu Mahabhuta Prakriti, and Agni Mahabhuta Prakriti is having the features of that of Pitta dosha Prakriti, and Jala Mahabhuta is having the properties which are similar to that of Kapha dosha Prakriti. So Vada, Pitta and Kapha dosha Prakritis can be compared, or the characteristics or the properties of this Vada, Pitta and Kapha dosha Prakritis are similar, or it is the same as that of Pavana, Dahana and Toya Mahabhutas. And other than that, the features of Parthiva Prakriti are mentioned as Sthira, Vipula, Sharira and Kshamavan. That is, Sthira and Vipula Sharira, that is the broad body, or the person will be very stout, or the broad body will be there, and he will be Kshamavan. That is, he will be having the mental capacity to tolerate all the stress, or the physical strength to tolerate all the stress. So that is the features of Parthiva Prakriti. Nabhasa Prakriti, the person will be Shuchi, that is clean. Chirajivi, he will be having a long life, for Ayu will be prolonged, and Khair Mahadbhihi, and he will be having more of channels. Khair or Kha refers to the Srotas, or he will be having more of channels, or the Srotas will be more prominent, or the veins and arteries will be more prominent in such persons. So these are the features or the characteristics of the person related to each Mahabhuta. That is, Pavana or Vayu Mahabhuta Prakriti will be having the features of similar to Vada dosha Prakriti. Dahana or Agni Mahabhuta Prakriti will be having the features related to or similar to that of Pitta Prakriti, and Toya or Jala Mahabhuta Prakriti will be having the properties similar to that of Kapha dosha Prakriti, and Parthiva Prakriti is having Sthila, Vipula Sharira, and he will be Kshamavan. And Nabhasa Prakriti or Akasha Mahabhuta Prakriti, the person will be Shuchi, Chirajivi and Khair Mahadbhihi. Dosha, the relation between dosha and Panchamahabhuta. Vayu Akasha Dhadubhyam, Vayuhu Agneyam Pittam Ampaha Prithvibhyam Shleshma. So the Vada dosha is composed of Vayu and Akasha Mahabhuta, Pitta dosha predominant of Agni Mahabhuta, and Kapha dosha predominant of Jala and Prithvi Mahabhuta. So this is the combination or relation between dosha and Pancha Mahabhuta. That is, Vada dosha predominant of Vayu and Akasha, Pitta predominant of Agni, and Kapha predominant of Jala and Prithvi. Next, the relation between Panchamahabhuta and Rasa. क्ष्माम्भो अग्निक्ष्माम्बु तेजः ख वायु अग्नि अनिल गो अनिलैः द्वयोल्बणैः क्रमाद्भूतेर् मधुरादि रसोद्भवः. The Madhuradi rasas, that is Shad rasas, are having the combination of two Mahabhutas. For example, Mathura is having the combination of Prithvi and Jala Mahabhuta, Amla having Agni and Prithvi, Lavana, Jala and Agni, Tikta, Akasha and Vayu, Katu, Agni and Vayu, and Kashaya, Prithvi and Vayu. So this is the combination or the relation between Rasa and Panchamahabhuta. Each rasas are having a combination of two Mahabhutas, that is Madhura, combination of Prithvi and Jala, Amla, Agni and Prithvi, Lavana, Jala and Agni, Tikta, Akasha and Vayu, Katu, Agni and Vayu, and Kashaya, Prithvi and Vayu. Indriyartha. एकेकाधिक युक्तानि घादीनाम् इन्द्रियाणि तु पंचकर्मानुमेयानि येभ्यो बुद्धिः प्रवर्तते. So this Pancha Mahabhutas are having the Vishesha Guna as Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. These Shabdadi Gunas are being perceived through the Indriyas. So there is the relation between the Pancha Mahabhuta, Indriya and Indriyarthas. So Srotrendriya, the Vishaya is Shabda and it is being predominant of or it is the guna of Akasha Mahabhuta. Sparshanendriya, the Vishaya is Sparsha, that is it will be perceiving the Sparsha, and Sparsha is the guna of Vayu Mahabhuta. Chakshurendriya, the Vishaya is Rupa and it is the guna of Agni Mahabhuta. Rasanendriya, Vishaya is Rasa and it is the guna of Jala Mahabhuta, and Ghanendriya is the Vishaya is Gandha and it is the guna of Prithvi Mahabhuta. So Indriya will be attaining the perception of knowledge through the Indriyarthas, and these are Vishayas are there, that is particular Vishayas will be grasped by that particular Indriya and Indriyartha, and these Vishayas are considered to be the Vishesha Guna of this Mahabhutas. That is Srotrendriya, Vishaya is Shabda, this Shabda is the Vishesha Guna of Akasha. Sparshanendriya, Vishaya is Sparsha, it is the Vishesha Guna of Vayu. Chakshurendriya, Vishaya is Rupa, it is the Vishesha Guna of Agni. Rasanendriya, the Vishaya is Rasa and Rasa is the Vishesha Guna of Jala. And Ghanendriya, the Vishaya is Gandha and Gandha is the Vishesha Guna of Prithvi. Agni. पंचभूतात्मके देहे हि आहारः पांचभौतिकः विपक्वः पंचथा सम्यक् गुणान् स्वान् अभिवर्धयते. So all the dravyas in this universe are considered to be Panchabhautika. It has been mentioned that Sarvam Dravyam Panchabhautikam Asmin Arthe. All the dravyas are said to be Panchabhautika. So whatever food we are consuming or the aharas whatever we are consuming, they are also predominant of Panchamahabhuta, or they are also composed of this Panchamahabhuta. In order to do the digestion of this Panchamahabhuta food items, there are 5 Agnis which are predominant of these Mahabhuta. So the Parthiva, the predominant aharas will be done the digestion or Paka by the Parthiva Agni. Similarly, the Agni predominant aharas will be done the Pachana or Paka by the Agni Mahabhuta Agni. Similarly, all the Mahabhuta which is predominant in that ahara Paka will be carried out by that particular Bhutagni. So all this Jatharagni will be first doing the Paka karma. Along with the Jatharagni, the Dhatuagni and Bhutagni also constitute for the Pachana karma. So whatever aharas we are consuming, which Bhuta predominant ahara is being consumed, based on that Bhuta predominance, that particular Bhutagni will be acting on the ahara, and then the proper digestion will be taking place. Today we discussed the properties of Panchamahabhuta and application of Mahabhuta in Ayurveda. We will be continuing with the properties of individual Mahabhutas in the upcoming videos. For more updates on Samhita, make sure you subscribe the channel. Thank you. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.